Imagine that right now you are in a job interview and the HR is going to ask to you a common question. What about your salary expectation? So let's see in this video how to deal with that, how to give the best answer possible to be successful in this moment. At KreditMaster we are giving consulting about that, and we are preparing the people to better answer, to better prepare their CV, their job interview, everything's what can be asked. And today we are going to discuss to simulate two cases. The first case is that, for instance, you don't have a job at all, you are broke, okay? You don't have any money and you need absolutely to find a job, even worldwide, okay? So you select a country and you try to apply, and then you get a call from the HR and you face this process, and you need to answer to this question, how to better answer. Another common case is that you are already working in a company, you just want to change air. So you want to change the environment, you want to change the business, probably you want to change the company, okay? And so how to deal with, you know already what about your salary and you want probably something more. So the first target is to get a job, not to increase your salary. And the second target is to increase your salary. So let's see today how we are going to face with that. So today we are going to discuss about the first scenario, and the next time we are going to discuss about the second scenario. So be sure that you subscribe to the channel, so automatically next time you are going to receive our video. In the first scenario, you are completely broke. Do you know what I mean? No money for food, to pay bills. You have a responsibility. No income at all. So the target, if you have a chance to apply a position, you get a call where you will be asked this question. Take care that your target is not to increase your salary as much as you can. Your target is to get a job. You need to get that position, okay? So you cannot risk to say a higher salary that you will probably not be selected, and you cannot risk to say to lower. So in this case, I'm going to explain now what really to answer. So your goal is to get that role, okay? You always can increase later your salary, because the company should know also you, no? You can give a chance to yourself, okay? But first you need to be there, because you need to pay bills, you need to eat, you need to pay some things. You have no money today, you are completely broke. You need to get that position, whatever it takes, okay? So you need to be in, and then if you will demonstrate, of course, commitment is not ended there. If you demonstrate that you will be a really good asset for your company, then the company can come to you and increase it, okay? But now your goal in this first scenario we simulate is to get that position. So for instance, you come from Italy and you ask, you apply some companies, probably you like a company, you apply, they call you. And you get this question, okay? So to relocate in Germany, in France, or in Luxembourg, in Belgium, okay, in Central Europe. And you are in front of the HR to answer to this question. What about your salary expectation now? Look, the best answer is that you should not give any answer. That's the key. In this target, you should not give any answer. I'm going to explain why. You need to be flexible, you need to enter, you need to get that job, that's your scope, okay? So the HR, if he's asking to you that question, what about your salary expectation, is because they are wondering about your expectation can be too high, okay? So it's very important also to keep for the HR, as they are wondering if you are motivated or not. Of course, if the range of the HR, which they have in mind, they probably not share with you, is 30 to 35,000, and you say 45, guys, you lose the job. You already completely lose the job. You are out of target for the company. Okay, so they cannot spend this money for that role. So they are going to search another resource that can do the same things, maybe not good like as you, but they don't care, okay? That's the risk they want to run. So be aware, never, if you want to enter for that position, in that company, in that country, never say a range. But the best things that you can say is that, of course, the truth, you don't know anything about what can be the right range for that position, right? Because it can be that you don't know the expenses, how much is the cost of the life, cost of living in this country, or you don't know the taxation, what it will be your net salary at the end of the month. You don't know how, because it's a new country for you, okay? So you can say that, look, I don't have any range for that. In this case, HR may ask you, hey, what is your current salary now? That's because they want you to give some range. They want you. In this time, you can ask, sorry, may I ask, do you have a range in mind for this role? Do you have a range in mind? Because I'm sure we are going to get an agreement. I will explain why. Look, first of all, I trust you as a company that you will provide to me the best concerning my role, concerning my experience. So if the HR press you to get an answer, like I say, but I need to know what is your salary expectation, okay? You can answer that, however, you investigate a bit about the country on which you want to relocate, which is very important. Don't say that you don't know anything, it's not good. So you need to study some things about that, taxation, how it works. So you can say that, look, I never lived there, however, I visited and it's very good. So I completely trust you about what you are going to provide me, considering my CV, my previous career experience, and considering that I trust you because I'm sure, and I like to start with the trust, that you are going to find the best solution for me. Guys, here you are in the end of the employee, okay? You are in the end of the employer because you need to get the job, okay? You cannot risk to say a higher salary or a lower one. And maybe in this case you can ask, may I know what is the range for this? To have one idea, what is the range for this position? Now, it's hard that they are going to answer. If they don't want to answer, it's very hard. And they can answer to you, look, we still not be decide that, because we are still is a draft of position. We start to investigate about, we have many, we have already some interesting employees that apply for that position, but we still didn't define. We will decide soon and we will let you know. So in this case we understand that we are at the beginning of the process, okay? So once the HR tried to force you to get some data from you, okay, but what about your salary expectation? I mean, what about your current salary? And what about your previous agreement with the company? Look, never answer about, this is confidential. Never do it, never. Or never recall the GDPR. Never call the data protection. Never say, never touch these topics. Okay? Because you are going immediately to put a big wall between you and HR. You need to still keep your transparency, and you need to still keep your personality. Okay, so how to better answer in this forced request by the HR? You can say that, so far in a business, I really love to keep my word. What I mean? If there is any agreement between me and you today, me and you in this room today, the only people that are going to know what we discuss is me and you. So as well, even if you are not working anymore for a company, if you are still working for a company, anyway, in this case, what has been agreed with my previous employee or my current employee, you can say, is some things that for respect of my previous company, for respect of my current company, I would like to keep between us. Because anyhow, I'm going to show some things about what the company is providing, also maybe an average between other employees. And I believe that is not correct to share. Maybe all people is doing is some things that really, once we agreed some things, me and you will be sure that in the future, no one is going to know what it will be the agreement, even between the internal colleagues, what it will be, you know? This will avoid also about the company many issues in terms of internal issue that can be, hey, I have a salary while the other guy has another salary, okay, can make a problem to you. So be sure that as well as what it will be discussed today with you will be never shared to anyone. I have to maintain the fact that also with my current employee or previous employee, I will never share this information. It's for a form of respect. As well, I cannot share any info concerning that company to anyone else. Okay? Because in some things also there is a policy that I sign, and it's not only because I sign, because it's a form of respect that from my side to the previous company, and also I will have the same approach for the new company if it will be the case. I am in your hand. So remember, never answer. If you are in this scenario, never answer to that question, okay? So the company will feel the responsibility about the trust. You use this word. That word is the best negotiation you can do to get the job and to take a respectful salary. I agree with you that normally the company first should say if really want you and should not choose you based on your salary agreement or your salary expectation, okay? Because, I mean, if a company want really you, can make a proposal or can have a flexibility for that, okay? It's not that they are selecting a person for your skills, for the skills this person has, for the attitude that the person has, and not for the salary expectation. Of course, never be false, because it's not something that is good approach to be false, okay? Never say false to anyone. Hey, look, in the next video we are going to see what about your salary expectation, but in the scenario 2, which you have already a salary, and here we are going to give some data. So don't forget to subscribe. Like this, automatically you will receive the next video in your email.